Welcome, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me, for being part of this whole family. Because we are all a family, a loving, luminous, successful, healthy family in every sense. I embrace you tightly as always with much love, with much light, wishing that each and every one of your desires and longings come true and that everything falls into place in perfect harmony for all of you. Interesting week. Yes, listen, since the end of the year 2025, the planets have made some major moves that I used to give you astrological recommendations of 20 some minutes. Now I'm up to 40 minutes and more to put on the table so much information that the planets give us about eclipses, retrogrades, supermoons, micromoons, and planetary changes, which this week is already felt for quite some time now. But now, this week, from the 20th to the 26th of April, we bring a lot of air in the environment, a lot of fire in the environment. I'm talking about fire elements, air elements. This coming April 25th, we are going to witness the significant entry of Uranus into the sign of Gemini. It's worth noting that Uranus hasn't been in Gemini for approximately 84 years, which is quite a long time. The last time Uranus was in Gemini was from the year 1941 all the way through to 1948. This is a rare astrological event, and it's something that hasn't happened in most people's lifetimes. What has it been agreeing? Uranus and Gemini. Changes, transformations, surprises, novelties, opportunities, discoveries in every sense of the word. Discoveries, technology, it's Uranus, it's in Gemini. Everything that has to do with communication, with speaking, expressing, communicating. Uranus, planet of changes, a rebel planet, the witty planet, the planet that doesn't stay put. It loves to give surprises. The surprise one. Now it's in Gemini. It's no longer going to be in Taurus. And what is it going to give us? It's going to give us the opportunity for many new things. It's going to be, we are going to discover ourselves. Many important things in life are going to be discovered. Much, much. It's going to be there until 2033. Yes, Uranus until 2033, May of 2033. We have air elements, Pluto and Aquarius, which will be there until 2044, Uranus and Gemini until 2033, and this week we also have Venus and Gemini, and everything else is in fire, and we only have the Sun in Taurus, in Earth, and Jupiter in Cancer, in water. So we have more air and fire. What are we going to do with this week? Well, look, just with Uranus and Gemini, we're going to welcome it. We're going to expect big changes. It's like many masks are going to fall. Disguises, masks, lies, and deceptions will fall, which Pluto in Aquarius is already doing, of course. But, I mean, we're going to find out about many things that we thought were right, and then we realized they weren't right because there were better things in every sense of the word, in different areas of our lives. And it'll be seen like we're going to start giving ourselves more permission to be ourselves with greater freedom of action, more occupied with life, not so much with material matters, which I love because I know we live in a material world, but without hugs, kisses, attention, cuddles, presents, generosity, solidarity, empathy, well, why do we want so much? I don't. I've never seen a living room give me a kiss or a hug. So those are the changes that have brought us, well, all of us who do this, an investigation and an analysis of each week since late November of approximately 2025. Well, now, since Pluto in Aquarius, which was November of 2024. So, what's going to happen this week? Uh, Give yourself permission to be yourself. Forget about being pointed at or criticized or people talking about you. They'll talk anyway, but gradually less, okay? Pay close attention. Little by little, is they're going to meddle less in other people's lives. Everyone, all of us, myself included, we're going to solve our own lives. We're going to be more ready to support others, to understand each other more. More? Uh, Space for each of us. More aware that we're all part of the whole. Just because I live in America doesn't mean I shouldn't know what's happening in Asia, Europe, or Oceania. I mean, we're part of it. We are all one, and we are part of this universe. And that's what Uranus in Gemini is going to do. Remember that Uranus is the planet of Aquarius. And Aquarius is it's a personality that cares a lot about the needs of others. We also have Venus moving into the sign of Gemini on the 23. That's why we have various vibes in the air. And we continue with, here we go. Mars, Saturn, Mercury, and Neptune. I didn't want to make a mistake, so they'd all come out right. This is fire. That's fire. It's moving forward, bringing out what's hidden, releasing what limits us, being very clear about what I want to do. A week from making determinations and decisions, it's a week of the new moon and the waxing moon. The waxing moon will enter this coming April 23. The waxing moon makes things happen for us. Everything we want, of course, provided we've worked for it. That's what I always tell you within astrology. I can tell you about Jupiter or Neptune or Uranus, but you have to push forward. You have to have an attitude. You have to look at the bright side of life. I have to take off the dark glasses and put on rose-colored ones without stopping. And if I fall, even if it hurts a lot, I get back up again. It's part of life. But we are learning. Many are learning. I spent many years not even listening. When they point at you and criticize you, remember, if they point and criticize, do you know what's happening? They are admiring your steps and your glow. That's why they point, and that's why they criticize. And if our glow bothers them, let them put on glasses. I'm going straight to the astrological recommendations. Aries, please take advantage of this week. It's a week. I'm not saying it's a relaxed week. On the contrary, you have this spectacular mix of air and fire. Creative, witty, imaginative, intelligent, charming, fun. You can use all that charm to move forward more quickly. In the plans and projects you have in hand, don't hold back from doing new and different things. I mean, you're one of the brave ones, the risk takers, the go-getters. It's a week where focusing your energies and avoiding outbursts or impulses or jealousy or possessiveness will be, well, essential. Doors that open on their own, yes, doors that open on their own, and it's not by work of chance or magic. No, my love. They're doors that you had already knocked on several years ago, and they're opening. Because everything has its time, my dear. Everything has its space. You just have to let things fall into place and let the fruit ripen. And you're already seeing it, that everything is ripening and everything is happening. If you want to start a romantic relationship, this is the week. Do you want to formalize your romantic relationship? This is the week you've been waiting for. There's also the possibility of planning or even taking trips starting this week, because you're going to have a very, very busy year regarding that. If you had it in mind or you've been thinking about it as a family, investing or something to do with your own property, it could be land, a house, This week, there will be a lot of movement regarding that. For Taurus, it's not time to think, my love, it's time to act. We have the sun in your sign, plus such a wonderful environment for you. Not just the sun. The entry that's coming April 25, that is this week, of Uranus in Gemini. It's going to help you very much, my love. New channels of abundance and prosperity will open up for you. Keep being good, noble, romantic, sensitive as you are. And if they point at you and criticize you, let them do it. You keep moving forward. It's a very good week for you, for your family. You're wanting to make, I don't know, an investment, a construction, something. You want to do something? Because you look very involved. It's the second house in the fourth house, which is money and work. Money at home. That means you're likely generating positive and beneficial changes in your finances, which can help you invest in your home. Right? Those wonderful changes you're having are going to give you much joy, much happiness, because it's for your benefit and that of your loved ones. If you need to make some kind of contract, signature, agreement, or deal this week, it's a very good week to do it. Avoid confrontations. Many times it's not best to say everything one is thinking. Don't put it out of your mind, but watch the way you're going to say it. It's very different to say it in a bit of a harsh way than to say it with a smile. And if what you're going to say is for your benefit and that of the people involved, go ahead. If you're going to say something because you're upset, the things you want them right now, in this moment. Give it time, little Taurus. Everything will fall into place. You've done very lovely things. You've planted very good seeds. Good fortune is on your side. For Gemini, travel, more travel, moving house, changing vehicles. You're going through a time of great growth. Notice that Venus is entering your sign. No less. Uranus in your sign until 2033. What is all that telling you? Everything you've thought, analyzed, observed, checked, and so on, thought, analyzed, blah, blah, blah. Now is not the time for that. Now is the time to think little, feel much, and act a lot. You've already thought what you had to think. I'm telling you. And I suggest you don't discuss your plans, my love. If you want your plans to remain yours, there are things that shouldn't be told. Silence is best. Because later, what you've already done will be seen. If you're achieving, if you're doing, if you have a very good relationship, if things are working for you. When they ask how you are, very well, everything's in order, everything's perfect. Because that's how it is. You're in a very interesting time where you'll have very good news within your home. April, May, June are very important months for you. Because there's travel movement with some of your family members or yourself. That you'll have back and forth movement regarding family trips, which are for both pleasure and work. Also in the 10th house, which is the house of profession, several opportunities manifest and present themselves to do new and different things. Without doubting your possibilities, let no one make you doubt, my dear Gemini. Right now, what can I say? Pluto in Aquarius, Uranus in Gemini, Venus in your sign. Everything that passes through your mind, you'll see it become a reality. Focus very well on what you're thinking because it's marked favorable in love and romance. It's marked favorable in travel, in new projects, and also in closing cycles. It is a very good time to close cycles. I know that sometimes closing cycles is unsettling or painful, but it will be very worth it because you'll absolutely love what's coming. And what's coming is now, in the coming weeks. For Cancers, you have the strength, the dedication, the commitment, the desire to make things happen. By using your social relationships, you'll move forward very quickly. Any plan, project, negotiation, or agreement, Just as you support and help others, my dear Cancer, now let yourself be helped. Just like that, on the same frequency. Exactly. There are several planetary movements that benefit you tremendously right now. It's about making determinations and decisions that you had postponed to let others go first. What do I mean by this? Many times your excess of kindness or your generosity, it's like you let things slide. Things must be faced with mind, with soul, with heart, with awareness. You know how to do it that way. Not everyone is doing it the same way. So this week, through friends who applaud you, who love you, who recognize you, you're going to move forward really quickly in agreements and negotiations because you're giving yourself your place and your space. It's not time to overthink things, my dear. It's time to make things happen. Stay away from noise, pressure, tension. Listen to your inner voice. Your inner voice is telling you which is the best path you should follow. That path where it gives you happiness, where you feel relaxed, calm, and at peace. Because happiness is what each of us has, right, my dear little Cancer? Everyone decides what happiness is for them. Maybe for others, it's something else. Go ahead. But for you, happiness is definitely being at peace and harmony, living, feeling, enjoying, moving forward with you, with your loved ones. And so it is. This is a week where many family matters will manifest that will fill your heart with much joy and happiness. For the Leos, well, nothing but applause for you. Let me applaud you. Applause, reward, recognition, new things, different things. In the physical, mental, and spiritual, Leo, it's time to win. Without talking or telling. You have nothing to tell because what? Why are we telling? There's no need in the slightest. You let everything settle and fall into place. Many things that you thought, Leo, weren't happening. You always have to give it time. Just like the planets, some take 80-some years to go all the way around, others 165, others 200-some years. Well, like that, the moon goes around, right? In a month. That's life. Those changes you're experiencing and those coming starting this week will give you much joy, much peace, much tranquility, much serenity. It is very important that you don't waste time, breath, energy, brain cells trying to convince others of your life stance, of your way of being, of your way of thinking. Don't try to convince others of your way of thinking, feeling, or acting. Each one of us, we're all different. That's why it's important to be with people who vibrate on the same frequency, my dear Leo. Giving ourselves the space these days to reconnect with yourself. Find lost pieces of yourself right here inside. That missing piece, that little part of the puzzle is inside you, right here. I like myself, I love myself, I admire, value, and respect myself. You're seeing the results of all that starting this week. Physically, mentally, and spiritually, I repeat. You're gonna love it. And it's not just this week. You have new changes coming in your finances. Many lovely surprises for your home. Lots of peace. Because that's what life is about. Long live peace. Living in peace and harmony. Virgo. Good news. Air and fire in the atmosphere. Okay. What's going to help you with this? Mix of Pluto and Aquarius and Uranus and Gemini. And then we have the sun in Taurus. Well, it helps you a lot because it's the earth element, right? Well, let me tell you, this week, if you're gonna look for a new house, want to sell your house, buy a house, or fix, I don't know, yourself, you want to start taking better care of yourself because you will. You'll start taking better care of yourself in every sense of the word. And taking care of ourselves doesn't just mean I'll exercise, eat well, go to sleep earlier. All is nourishing your soul, your spirit, your being. You're going to make a small change. Not that you'll change friends 100%, but you'll be closing ranks among your friends so that, as I say in one of my phrases, those who should stay, stay, and those who should go, go. And that's important because we know you're so methodical, organized, and meticulous in every sense of the word that you already have it well organized, like an administrative spreadsheet. Who's in, who's out. And that's due to the planetary changes we're experiencing. And this is just the beginning, especially if you're involved in things related to order, clarity, beauty, research, or public relations. This especially applies to you. If you're in sales, it's also an absolutely phenomenal week. And for anything you want to start, this is a very good week for you to start. For Libras, it's not time to think. My dear Libra, it's time to act. The opportunities are right in front of you. They're yours for the taking. It's time to get up from where you are, take that step, and just push the door open. Yes, of course, if your shine bothers them, they should wear sunglasses because there will be many people pointing fingers, criticizing what you're going through, what you're doing, or the choices and decisions you've been making. I have no doubt that Uranus and Gemini will boost you. And besides, Venus, your planet, moved into Gemini. Gemini, well, it's air. You are? What? Venus. And what are you? Libra. Air. This mix of air and fire is giving you magic keys to wherever you desire. What is it you want to do? What do you feel like? What are your plans? What are your dreams? What are your ideals? It's time to make them happen. I repeat, maybe there will be people who point fingers, who criticize, but, well, to each their own, right? You're going to be in a stage of changes, transformations, news, and great opportunities, where truly you won't even care about what people say, because you know well that worrying about what others say is the cause of so many broken dreams. You keep dreaming. You are born creative. You were born a risk taker, a fighter. You're a person whose head fills with ideas about anything, and you achieve it. Well, this week you'll see how beautifully doors will open for you. And besides, those doors you knocked on many years ago, they'll come back on their own to knock on your door now. They tell you. Success, my dear Libra. For Scorpios in love, very much in love. In love with the here and love with the now. That's why you must always be loving. Loving everything. I love myself, admire myself, value myself, respect myself, love my life, love what I have and what I don't. That word is very important. It's a decree, an affirmation we make to our minds, my dear Scorpio. You have everything to gain. Freeing yourself from ties, doing what you want to do, and running for your dreams. You know that pleasing everyone is quite difficult, right? And then you're moving forward, achieving and succeeding. Don't stop your steps for the dream thieves. Let them keep talking. I insist on this because they're marked there on your map. Many changes in making determinations and decisions that could be. Maybe you hear something, and because of what you heard, you stop doing what's in your favor to make great and beautiful determinations that benefit you and your loved ones. Because it's very clear, if we just free ourselves from situations or what people say, we'll let them judge. My love, later they'll come to ask you for support. You'll see that later they'll end up doing what you're doing. All those who are pointing at you, criticizing you, once you achieve what you're achieving, they'll want to follow you and they'll want to do what you're doing. So follow that path. You're doing great. There are good aspects. There are changes, transformations. There's love, peace, and tranquility. Let them talk. It doesn't matter. From talking so much, believe me, they'll soon go hoarse. They talk a lot. For Sagittarians, Jupiter, your planet. Precisely. Which has a little time left until June 29th. Well, we're in April, but on June 29th, it moves to Leo, okay? Jupiter in Cancer. Everything to do with family and home is a priority. It always has been. But in these weeks and these coming months, it's a priority for you. Everything to do with your house, your family, your home. With the property, where you live, all that, changes, decorations, renovations, plus, well, the eternal traveler, Sagittarians. Many more trips are coming in the lives of Sagittarians. Everything to do with art, beauty, creativity, imagination, the countryside, and nature. With research, with scientists, it's marked very favorably for you, my dear Sagittarius. Not just this week, in the coming months, you'll be very focused on doing new things, doing different things, where you'll generate more and better income, not just for yourself, but for several people involved in whatever you're doing or whatever you're dedicated to. There's also news coming that will bring you a lot of joy and happiness. Regarding one of the members of your loved ones, for those under Capricorn, if you weigh things out, my dear, you'll realize that you've learned so much, you've grown so much, and the scales are tipped in your favor. Right now isn't the time to overthink it. It's time to take action. You know how to do it. That's why you're a leader. Use that wonderful and sensational intelligence, taking advantage of these planetary changes we're having, especially Saturn, your planet, in the sign of Aries. And now that Venus is in Gemini, it'll give you the gift of gab to reach deals and agreements that won't just benefit you, but several people involved in your professional and work environment. If you want to start something on your own or want to continue your studies or want to begin your studies, you've been mulling it over a lot, right? This week, you can make those determinations and decisions. Also, a friend or acquaintance will approach you to ask for advice or guidance thanks to your experience and your knowledge. And remember that everything one gives, my dear Capricorn, always comes back multiplied. For Aquarius, in love, content, happy, fulfilled, feeling more and more complete, more, well, what can I say? More aware of that very magical personality you have, because it is a magical personality. We have no shadow of a doubt, that of Aquarius. And now, how about this? This coming 25, what's that? It's right there, just around the corner, just a few seconds away. Uranus in Gemini, your planet Uranus in Gemini. Plus, Pluto is in your sign in Aquarius. Time to speak, express, communicate, move forward. Create, imagine, buy, sell, open, close. Wow, you're leading the way. You have a magic wand, Aquarius. It's time to make things happen. All of that kept in the trunk of memories or left there on the back burner for later. The planets won't even ask you. They'll just push you to do all of it. Travel is coming. It's not just 1 week, but several weeks of travel. Moving house, remodeling, changing friendships. You'll close some friendships, meet new friends. You'll start something new in your studies. Maybe you'll learn, you'll share, and lovely surprises that will bring a change. It's going to give you a lot of peace and tranquility because it has to do with your finances, my dear Aquarius. And for Pisces, an attraction of chemistry, magnetism with that charisma. Well, what can I say? You already have that charisma, but it's going to be very intense this week. And that intensity will help you open any door, no matter how tightly closed it may be. That very characteristic charisma and that smile and that way of laughing that's so you, my dear Pisces, will work its magic in any event. Meeting, gathering, wherever you are, helping you do new things, do different things. Get ready, start packing your bags because you're going to have many trips. Throughout this season, you'll see, in spring and summer, you'll be coming and going. You'll be in touch with family or friends you haven't been in contact with for quite a while. Don't overthink things right now, my love. Look, right now, there are many planets in your favor telling you, stop thinking so much. Don't doubt your possibilities anymore. It's time to make things happen. It's time to take a risk. You want something? Go for it. Don't worry if they point at you or criticize you. That's just part of it. But since you don't do that and you get overwhelmed, right, my dear Pisces? Let them talk. Like I said earlier, eventually people will just lose their voices. They point at you? Well, let them point. If your shine bothers them, they should put on some glasses. You're going to receive gifts. Also, changes in your finances, a financial gift, something coming your way. That'll give you a lot of peace and tranquility. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you for being part of this loving and luminous family. And as I always say, may each and every one of your dreams come true. I invite you to subscribe to my channel here, give it a thumbs up, and hit the bell. And also suggest to your friends and family who speak English to watch me on my YouTube channel that says Mizada-EN. I mean English, right? English. Oh my God. And on my social media, I'm Mizada Mohamed, verified. No, that's not my last name. I mean, the social media accounts are Mizada Mohamed and they're verified. If it's not verified, it's not Mizada. It sounded like that was my last name, right? No, my last names are more complicated than that. And my website is mizadamohamed.com, and I wish that each and every one of your dreams comes true. I wish it with all my heart because we deserve it. Yes, we all deserve it. I am Mizada Mohamed. I love you all, and I want to see you thrive.
Thank you very much for graciously joining us today. Please subscribe to our channel and kindly visit my personal website, mizadamohamed.com.